Hello, hello. Welcome everybody to the Mayo Agency podcast. Giovanni here from Mayo Agency. Also, Filip here as well, the owner of Mayo Agency. And we have a special guest today, Daniel, who's going to be talking on our topic today, which is the future potential of AR and VR technology in marketing and sales. So, yes, let's do a brief introduction, Daniel, and then we can start to get into the topic.
Great, thank you for inviting me. So my name is Daniel. I'm from Croatia, Zagreb. Been doing marketing technologies, Facebook advertising, CRMs, chatbots for several, let's say, 15 plus years. And in the last 4 years, I went into this AR space. Augmented reality caught my attention when Facebook Meta pushed their application Spark AR. That was application to build AR content and AR filters for Instagram and Meta. And that is when my journey into this area started. I want to talk about all social AR platforms because today and in the past and in the future, social AR platforms are the top AR platforms because they have the largest amount of people using it. Let's say the top platform is Meta, of course, with Meta and Instagram, and all people that have installed Instagram and Facebook, they can just open this AR content and enjoy into that. Facebook and Instagram is a platform. All platforms have their different capabilities and advantages and disadvantages. Facebook's and Instagram advantages, of course, the people, and they have, let's say, most features in the context of development and animations and so on. But also they lack some features that other platforms have. There is like body recognition, feet recognition, and so on. Second platform is Snapchat. Snapchat is the most advanced AR platform in the world today because they have most features and they're using machine learning inside of the platform. So you can build, I think, what you can imagine, you can build it. It's really that powerful and advanced. They have all kind of recognitions: face, body, feet, wrist, neck, ears, you name it. So it is really advanced. And the second,
I didn't even know that. That's good to know. Like Snapchat, I didn't even know anything about that it was the most advanced one. I found that interesting.
Yeah. They are advanced, but their minus is they have the smallest amount of people on that. I think that in Croatia there is like 100,000 users, and mostly of them are kids. Because when we talk about age and platforms, first is Snapchat, then you go to TikTok, then Instagram, and then Facebook. Kids don't want to be on Facebook because their parents are there. Okay, so they don't want to go there. When they go to 35 plus, then they are on Facebook by default.
You mean our age?
Yes. Our age, yes. And the third social AR platform is TikTok. Let's say it's a new player in town. I mean, it's not so new platform, but in context of AR and building AR in Europe and other part of the world instead of China, it is new. So the platform for TikTok is Effect House, and in last year and a half, you can build AR content and experiences for TikTok. And TikTok have some, let's say, more advanced stuff than Instagram and Facebook, but not so like Snapchat. So every platform has their own capabilities. And when we talk about file sizes, Snapchat again have the largest file size. It's up to 8 megabytes per creation. Instagram is 4 megabytes, and TikTok is 5 megabytes. So those are, let's say, some kind of limitations, but limitation in context, not all people have fast internet. So we can go sky high like in WebAR. In WebAR, you don't have those limitations, but it's recommended that you don't use files above, I don't know, 10 or 15 megabytes. That is the top. And we mentioned all three social AR platforms, and fourth platform that is really important is, of course, WebAR. WebAR, for people who don't know what WebAR is, it is just watching AR experience through browser on your mobile phone. Either it is Google Chrome, Android browser, Safari, or any other browser. Almost all browsers are compatible with these WebAR solutions, but there is a lack of people, of course, and you need to I don't know, acquire people to see your solution. Either there is on your website, in campaign, or anywhere else. So if you want to have a platform for people that don't want to install any application, then you need to, of course, go with WebAR. But I think that today there is no people who don't have any of that social platform installed. So when I create AR content, I usually create on few different platforms. Sometimes I build for Instagram, Snapchat, and for TikTok, and I build this small landing page. And this landing page have 3 buttons: Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok. So people can choose their platform which they mostly use or they have installed, and you can upgrade this also with WebAR if you want, so you cover everything.
That's interesting, Daniel. Really quick, because I think now we're getting into some of the things I wanted to touch on, right? Because you kind of gave an introduction of the platforms that are important for AR, and now we're really getting into, right, how it could be used for marketing, right, and sales, right? But because right now, the way I see it, like one of my first experiences with AR was actually Pokemon Go, right? I don't know if people realize, like, the mobile game was one of the first like big games to actually implement successfully augmented reality and make it like fun, and people went crazy for it during that time. So yeah, that was like one of my first experiences, and I enjoyed it. But now when you're talking about, that's more like the entertainment side. But now when you're talking about creating content and incorporating AR, now that's interesting for me, especially as a marketing person, marketing consultant. Like, how can I create interesting content that could educate people but also grab their attention by using AR? I think that's interesting. So I know you were kind of on that track, I think, right? So
yeah,
how is AR and VR like technology currently being used for like marketing and sales? I think that's what you were going to go through now, but why don't we try to like answer that question to see what's being used, what tactics, how is AR being integrated for marketing and sales? Yeah.
So AR is, let's say, currently, I think, the best technology for marketing, because those experiences are so memorable. You can compare them with, I don't know, standard like image, video, or something like that, and I think it's like 300 or 400% more memorable than those I just mentioned. So people see something, and it is carved into their mind. So
because it's like I see it as like an immersive experience.
Yes.
Right, Daniel? It's an immersive experience that
Yes.
sort of like brings them into that world, and that makes it more impactful. Yeah.
Exactly. It depends on, of course, of experiences. I'm more into AR. I'm not into VR, but those technologies overlap, of course. And of course, there is a third, let's say, and there is mixed reality. Of course, there is combination of VR and AR. There is the, let's say, most advanced immersive experience. And as for marketing, let's jump into niches that recognize this technology the most. Biggest brands like Gucci, Prada, Adidas, Nike, they all figure it out, and they are implementing and using this technology for years now. So let's say, for example, for shoes, I don't know, maybe Nike. So you have feet recognition. Feet recognition is possible in Snapchat, very soon in TikTok, and on WebAR solutions. There are WebAR solutions that where you can have feet recognition. So the biggest players figured it out, and they implemented this technology onto their web shop. So is there a better way that you can see shoes, sneakers that you like, and you can immediately try it on your feet to see how they look? You can move your feet, see if you like the colors, design, and so on. So people can easily buy based on this experience. And one important thing is that returns are lower by 30 to 40%. That is really a lot. So you don't return because you saw how they look, and you wear them digitally, of course, and you won't return it because you saw before you buy. So this is called try before buy. It's not only for shoes, but shoes are very good example. You can try anything regarding clothes. So shirts, hoodies, pants, I don't know. Snapchat have this body recognition, and TikTok, of course. So you can import into your solution few different shirts, and you can try it on yourself. WebAR also have this solution. One of the main problem in AR, I would say, where most people, brands, or companies stuck is have this 3D model. 3D models are the core of augmented reality, and when you maybe try to make some on business and AR experiences, when you get to 3D models, everything stops. That was the problem, and there are many different solutions. One of solution is technology called photogrammetry. Photogrammetry is a solution where you can create 3D model using images, photographs, or video. And it is basically you put, let's say, sneaker on your table. You can use this lazy Susan from IKEA, which you can spin. You can fix your camera, and you make 360 turn. You shot, I don't know, 20, 30 images. Then you move the angle up or down, and in the third circle you can move sneaker on the side, so you can catch the bottom. And at the end you have, like, I don't know, 100 or 200 images. All that procedure is like 5 minutes, 10 top. It's not so long for one shoes. But when you record, I don't know, left, you don't need to record the right. You can invert it into 3D software. You need to both. And then you have these shoes. Then shoe is you import these images or video into software for creating photogrammetry. The best one and the most used for me is Polycam. I think you have a free version, but In paid version, it is like $50 per year. It's nothing. You can easily record images or import video, and there is a trick with video. You can the better quality is that you record video in slow mo video. You turn it to option, so it's not so blurry and it's more steady. And then you import this video or images into application. You can do it right on your mobile or into from web, and in few minutes this app is generating ready to go 3D model in 5 or 6 different 3D formats, and use for what you need. If you need for, I don't know, 3D printing, then you use only mesh, I don't know, ply or STL. If you need something better, you can use OBJ, GLTF, I don't know, there are several models.
Yeah.
For AR, of course, you need to have really optimized low poly model, so it's small in size but good looking. And then you go to optimization. You can choose many different applications or 3D software. I use Blender. It's free and it is really powerful. In last few years, it grows.
Yeah.
It is very good. So you optimize this model, make it as low poly as it can get, and then you can use it in your AR experience. So it's not big, it is light, but it looks good.
And quick question, Daniel, what are like some of the top 3 niches? Because I know there's some small and medium business owners that are watching this video. So what would you say are like the top 3 niches that are utilizing AR now in terms of marketing and sales? Like what are the top 3 in your opinion?
In my opinion, I would say e-commerce, clothes. I would say furniture.
Yeah.
I talked with
Nice.
Philip minutes ago, and I mean, there isn't niche in business which can't use AR into their businesses. You just need to tell me what kind of business, and I can give you few ideas how to use it and implement. We can go only with those 3. Okay.
Yeah. I have one idea, and you help me remind that specific case and scenario. For example, in watchmaking industry, a lot of users who don't have the option to buy or try specific, for example, watch on the spot in the store, especially nowadays you have so many micro brands selling only online, but you need to get the proper insight, look and feel of the specific product you are buying. In that respectable realm, AR as the option would be awesome, because you can, the same as shoes, try and order the specific product. Because what is happening still, it's the fact that people are choosing some specific type of, for example, watch. They're ordering it and they're not fully satisfied with the product and how the product is sitting on their arm, how it looks, how it feels, etc. I'm not talking about the quality, simply visually and the perspective. With implementing this technology and the approach, they can lower the return policy situation and everything else. And definitely in terms of customer satisfaction, that would be an awesome upgrade.
Yeah, that is really, really good example. Wrist recognition, which is available in I saw some web AR solutions, and of course on Snapchat, and I think soon Instagram and TikTok will implement. There is I think that should be default in those niches, so you can see this watch right on your wrist in dimensions, in real size, 1-on-1. You can turn your wrist, see how it looks behind, below, above, closer, on more far away, and I can't imagine why businesses don't have this technology on their websites. One more niche who should have this technology right now, it's glasses industry. So those face recognition it went really far away. It is the first recognition, let's say, which goes over the top, and you can very easily put glasses on somebody's face. So you only need 3D models. 3D models, every glass maker need to build prototype. Today, I don't think that anybody works make a model if they don't have like this 3D printed model. So they have 3D model ready. They just need to give you 3D model, you optimize it if needed, put texture on. You can have one 3D model and you can make, I don't know, 100 different colors, textures, transparencies, glossiness, gold, silver, bronze, and so on. And people can try those glasses right on their face. I think that I saw Adria lectures, I don't remember, that they have like this WebAR experience on their website, and it is really awesome, but all others don't have. So
now that
shame.
And now that you're talking about that, Daniel, I noticed, like, for example, some companies like I forgot the name of the company now, but it's a big online clothing retailer. And their unique way of showcasing the clothes which was what made them very distinguishable. It was basically like a runway. For every piece of clothing, there was a model, a video that would play so that you can see how the clothing moved as the model walked, and they would stop, they would go turn around, and then they would walk away. So you could see the clothing in motion and also see how the fit was. And I think that was one of the first experiences I saw in clothing that really grabbed my attention. Like, wow, this is cool, because now I could see how the actual fit is. But I think you could take that to the next level, right? Especially like you said, with AR, now you don't even need to invest in those models or invest in that team that has to create those videos. So why don't we talk about that, Daniel? Because I think that will be very valuable for people. Really, how easy is it to implement this if you want to do this for your clothing brand or for your watch brand, all right? Or like you said, for glass, how easy is it realistically, right? Because I think people are going to ask that, like, because people already have an idea of how long it takes them to create a blog post or written content or video content. They understand the time frames. But I think AR, since it's a field that not a lot of people are into or aware of, they don't understand, like, how does that content get created? How long does it take? How much an investment in time and money, etc. So yeah, why don't we go through that?
So we mentioned a few techniques for acquiring 3D model. One is, of course, modeling. That is the slowest and most expensive one. Second is photogrammetry with images and video. And third one is the, let's say, newest technology into this field, and it's called NRF, Neural Radiance Field. So it functions differently, and you can capturing is almost like photogrammetry. You pass few turns around object, but you can capture and rooms and so on. When you have this 3D model, it is used in VFX and for movies. You can capture position in time, let's say. It is really awesome and fantastic. Luma AI is a company startup who has this technology. You can download their app, and I think right now you don't have to go to wait list. It is available to everyone. And fourth is the AI model generation. So currently, with this explosion of AI in the last 6 months, everybody saw what is happening. So what happened in the last 6 months didn't happen in the last 15 years. That's those AI experts say. So you have today already, but not available to public, not all platforms that can generate 3D based on text prompts. So first one was I just I can't remember. It was point E, and you can write some prompts, and it was basically some simple mesh, but it is really good showcase what we'll have in the near future. Right now you have this platform called Kadim. In Kadim you can upload image or few images of the same object, and then they create using they create 3D model using AI and with some help of people, so they can fix some problems, but it is really fast. And I think it's like $600 per month for 30 3D models. That is cheap, by the way. One 3D model could cost from couple of hundred to couple of $1,000. It all depends on complexity, of course.
Interesting.
And this is really good service. I think you can have for in trial for $6. They can build 3 low poly models. I tested it. It is really good. You upload pictures. You wait few hours. You have this 3D model. You download it, and it's real low. It is okay for $6. It's fucking great.
Okay. But after you have the model, Daniel, so that's the first step. You're kind of taking us step by step. So the first step is getting the models, right? The 3D models that are going to be used in the virtual reality or the augmented reality environment.
Yes.
After that, what's the next step to get the content up to like social media? Yeah.
Okay, so after you get 3D model, then you need to optimize that 3D model. We talked about it before, so it needs to be as low as is possible, but looking good, not smushy or pixelized or something. And then you choose your platform. Simple AR solutions, like, I don't know, if you want to take this 3D model and put it in space, in Spark, TikTok, or Snapchat, it is, I don't know, you can do it in, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes if you have a 3D model that is ready. It's not so complex. But this procedure to acquire 3D model could be a little bit complicated. But when you have 3D models, you just put them in. If you have low poly models, and let's talk about Instagram, you have 4 megabytes. If your models are like 50 kilobytes together with texture, then you can have like I don't know, 8 3D models inside your solution, and then you can create like these small buttons or sliders or screen tap, and you can have 8 different 3D models into one AR solution. But if you have big model, then you probably can have 1 or 2. So it's not complicated to create simple AR solution with 3D model, and most of web AR solutions are just like that. You have just 3D model in your space, but in most cases that is enough, and it is really helpful in the context of clothing, in the context of shoes, in the context of furniture, and so on. You don't need some any animations and I don't know any other programmatic stuff. But if you want to have some advanced stuff like games inside of Instagram, then you need a couple of hours, I mean couple of days to create some advanced filter. I will give you an example. A few weeks ago there was a hackathon. I usually go to hackathons from Snapchat, Instagram, and so on. I managed to win 2 times. I made some money.
Nice.
And last hackathon was the first prize was $40,000. And one guy, I know him from he's from Tel Aviv. He won $40,000. Second place was 30, 20, and then a lot of people get small amounts. So imagine you earn $40,000 for, I don't know, 2 weeks or 3 weeks of job. I think it's really good money. Yeah, so you can make money, but that is really advanced Snapchat lens using machine learning. So it's basically you scan your area where you are. I don't know, you scan your chair, and it convert your chair into voxels. So you have like this Minecraft-like world, and then you can export this voxel chair or objects into GLB, that is 3D format. Everything from this snap lens, there is, I don't know, space-like lens, the most advanced I saw in my life. Yeah.
Wow, that's real
It's
interesting.
really crazy. Yeah, these guys is crazy.
So you know what, one time I would see the filters that you would, like, for example, if you would focus on your feet, it would recognize that, and then it would, like, if there was a filter for a shoe, it would automatically put the shoes on your feet, right?
So there is example of part of body recognition. It works on your feet, on bare feet, on you can have socks, you can have slipper or sneaker on. It will wrap your feet into this digital shoe. So it is really good. Depend on platform and their capability, of course. It can snap really good. So that shoe automatically fits you. So it's not like it is 2 numbers bigger or smaller. It fit exactly on your feet, on your foot. So in some cases, based on that application, I think that that application can return the shoe size. So you can just scan your feet, and you see this is really good Adidas sneaker, and your size is 7. Okay, and that information is go back to application, and you can buy, just order from this web shop. You can order size 7.
Nice. No, I think that, yeah, like you said, I think it's really underutilized. I think this whole like AR, VR, like you said, Daniel, it's very underutilized because, like you said, like just having that opportunity to be able to influence the environment digitally where your customer is shopping, that's incredible. Because before, in order for you to have an immersive experience, you had to have a physical location where you would have the customer come in, and then they would become a part of that experience or world that you as a brand wanted to create. But now I see from what you're saying that with AR and VR, it's allowing us now to extend that experience, not only from the physical realm of a physical location, now it's extending into a digital world where now I can take the experience to where you're at. I could take it to you via your cell phone and via AR. So I think, like you said, I think still companies are not utilizing it. I haven't seen it utilized on a larger scale. I think it's very, very few companies that are using it. And like you said, if it, to me, it doesn't make sense, because if you're saying it's not really that expensive, if you think about it, and you start to look at, I'm pretty sure if we start to do some research, there's a lot of different third-party applications that help you, right, get things set up in a certain way, so it's kind of makes the process more quicker. I mean, yeah, why wouldn't you use that to give a better experience, shopping experience, like you said, to your customers, so that they can make better decisions? And like you said, that number you gave in the beginning of how it drastically reduced the return rate, right? Those are all important metrics for like online stores. So yeah, definitely see it. I don't know, we're closing it out now, but I don't know if you have anything else, Philip, that you want to touch on before we close out with Daniel.
I'll be very short. It's awesome, especially as you both said, it's been heavily underutilized in that terms. And also, what is important, generally, we are if we are looking at the perspective and future of e-commerce, for example, overall, there are new habits. People are becoming more lazy. And for them, it is more acceptable to risk a non-fit product compared to going in the physical store sometimes. So simply fitting to the new habits and a new actual state and situation would be awesome, especially in long term. If we are building entire ecosystem based on the technology, the costs will be, as we go, lowering. So it will be accessible to the larger audience in terms of technical implementation, etc. And as Daniel said, and it's very important, all of those companies already have they're in prototyping, in the production phase, their model. So it's the asset is there. They just need to make one step forward and utilize it fully to go in that respectable AR experience and in that respectable realm. So yeah, it is awesome in terms of future, and how I hope that will be quite soon more utilized than it actually is as we speak, for sure. And that's it.
Yeah, I agree. It's a shame and pity that the brands aren't using this technology to their advantage, of course, because they could just profit more. Conversions go up to, I don't know, 100% more when you have this technology on your e-commerce web shop. Return rates are lower, 30-40%. I mean, they are fighting for 1, 2, 3% lower, not for 30-40, which is really high.
Yeah, and in terms of cost, as you mentioned, it's not only for the big boy club. So small businesses can also invest into it in terms of technical implementation and other stuff to fully support their enhancement of customer experience overall. And with a lower return rate, that's it. Most of them are looking for that, because a not-fit situation, what are happening, especially buying in online stores, on e-commerce, it's a big issue. It's a big issue. And logistically speaking, it is expensive. So when you compare the enhancement, implementing a new paradigm and shift towards AR compared to the return rate and cost in that respective realm in terms of logistics, yeah, I'm quite sure the AR realm is definitely helping and lowering the cost overall, no matter you are putting some cash and money into it in terms of the enhancement and building that respectable ecosystem.
No, and on top of that, really quick, Philip, what came to my mind was the cost associated to opening a store.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Opening a physical location is very expensive. And then you could get a very close to almost the same type of experience digitally, right? Using AR. So at a very, when you compare it to opening a store, totally drastic price difference and cost. So I think that's another big, when you talk about cost, another big opportunity. Like, this is a way that a smaller brand can start to reach their audience and provide better value and a better experience using technology, and then saving costs, like you said, because instead of maybe opening up a store, maybe you start to experiment with digital experiences and AR experiences and see how that goes versus you having to go into a physical location. Because as we haven't really gotten into that, but we could leave that for another conversation. But, there's a lot of talks that the metaverse is the future, right? That eventually a lot of, there's going to be a lot more increase in digital assets and the digital world as technology moves forward. And if that does occur, when it occurs, then we are going to eventually naturally see more of a shift either way towards digital experiences either way. But those who are ahead of the curve obviously have that advantage when the time comes. But yeah, I think it was a great conversation. Any last thoughts, Daniel, for us to now close out today's episode?
I think we need to make another show to continue this conversation, because we didn't manage to tell everything, but we'll see if audience will find this interesting. We can continue.
Yeah,
of
absolutely.
course.
It's already done. Awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
no, I love the conversation. I think some of the biggest takeaways I got from it were, that AR and VR aren't as expensive as people think. It's actually pretty cost effective. There's different options you can explore to get the 3D modeling and then implement into an environment, which I think is very interesting. We saw that some of the main niches that you saw value in are clothing, fashion, furniture, eyewear, etc. So yeah, that's very interesting. And we already know that the clothing and fashion market is a gigantic market. A lot of small and medium-sized businesses have built their brand and done very well online. So I think, like you said, it's a big opportunity. And I'm interested to see how people from this conversation, business owners, can find ways now and maybe open up their mind to, hey, let me start to research this a bit more, maybe look into some of the applications that you mentioned on this episode, and they could start to dive in and even reach out to you, right, Daniel? So where can they reach you if they wanted to reach out to you more about these type of details?
They can find all my contacts on my website, chatbots.hr, or you can find me on LinkedIn. I'm very active on all social media, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram Reels, TikTok. I don't know.
Nice.
Everywhere. I'm everywhere.
But we'll have just so everybody knows, we'll have his information in the description of the video. But yeah, thank you, Daniel, for being here. Any last thoughts, Philip?
No, we covered everything. We need to say something for the next episode.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, well, thank you, Daniel. That was it for today, everyone. Hope you learned a bit more on AR, VR, and the different opportunities for you in that realm. So yeah, thank you for connecting with us on another episode of Mayo Agency Podcast.
Thank you. See you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.